After his 4 years in the academy, it all came down to the final test to see if you're worth being a shinobi. Ben and Mage was the first big match, where we seen Mage being able to perform a water style technique at such a young age. We also seen Ben's eyes change to something that nobody recognizes, but it gave him enough strength to continue the fight. After a few more blows, the match was called a draw. After their fight, Dara, Shelly, Ro, Mo, and Peter goes on to win their fight. Jukai then took on Mour, where we seen more incredible brute strength. Jukai ended the fight using a big fireball jutsu that he ain't know he could do himself. The jutsu left Mour in critical condition. "Hurry, get a doctor!" the teacher screams out loud. Jukai ain't mean for it to go that far, but at the same time he was happy to see that he was finally able to perform the fireball jutsu. Noise from the other students started to get louder as voices screaming "You're a killer" started flowing through Jukai's head. After he turned around, he noticed that Shelly couldn't even look at him after what he just did. "What did I do wrong?" Jukai thought to himself. "It's because of your Uchiha blood," Rose screamed out loud. Mour was quickly rushed to the hospital. His life started to flash before his eyes. Mour grew up an orphan. His dad had passed away before he was born, and mother passed away while giving birth to him. He was named a killer baby by friends and other relatives, and therefore nobody wanted to take him in. He spent most of his childhood under the impression that he was the bad guy because he killed his mom. He accepted that and eventually started calling himself the baby killer. Mour eventually found a friend named Shiba who was also an outcast. Together they both had trained and played. All alone, Mour suffered from depression and other mental issues, ended up in the hospital multiple times before the age of 7. Right before his time at the academy, Mour lost his only true friend Shiba in a tragic incident. One day both of them decided to sneak out the village and follow Jonins on one of their missions. They successfully escaped and followed the Jonins. The Jonin squad was all taken down by 2 mysterious figures in one blow. Mour and Shiba tried to stay low and waited for them to leave before making their way back to the village. The 2 figures eventually left, and Mour and Shiba tried to make an escape, but was caught by the 2 figures who ain't actually leave the area. Shiba decided to fight back, but Mour was paralyzed with fear and couldn't move. He then watched the 2 figures kill Shiba. Mour thought that he was going to die as well, but was saved by special ambu ninjas of the village. After the incident, Mour was supposed to be banned from ever becoming a ninja, but showed major potential, so they decided to let him enter the academy, not guaranteed on becoming a ninja, but to see his potential. Losing Shiba motivated Mour to get stronger, so that he'll never lose anyone again. Mour was eventually taken to the hospital as the doctors was unsure that he'll make it, but to relax the students' minds, the teacher told them that he was going to be fine. After the test, Jukai realized that most of the people on his side started to lean more towards Ro, after Ro persuaded to everyone that Jukai is dangerous and can't help it because of his Uchiha blood. So Jukai left to go home. On his way home, Ben eventually caught up to him and reassured to Jukai that he would be there for him because he understands the treatment Jukai gets as he receives the same treatment. A few days passes as the results of who graduated were in. The academy sent out tickets to all students who passed that allowed them in a graduation. Jukai had not received the ticket and was wondering why he did not receive the ticket. He thought that maybe his ticket didn't reach him yet, since he lived in a different situation than the rest of the other kids. Another day passes and a letter arrived. It read, "We are informing you that because of the actions you took during the test, we determined that you are not qualified for becoming a ninja of Konoha." Wow, Jukai said to himself.